入れた伝説の海賊王ゴールド・ロジャー。彼の死に際に放った一言は人々を海へと駆り立てた。俺の財宝か、欲しけりゃくれてやる。探せ、この世の全てをそこに置いてきた。人々はロマンを追い求める。世はまさに大海賊時代。
Okay, sup guys, Crazy Blackman 108 here, back with another video. Now I'm doing a chapter review of One Piece chapter 648. 648, that's a pretty big number. Two more will be to 650. So the name of this chapter is The Path Towards the Sun. And the cover art for the chapter was a more of Skypiea, you know, from the decks of the world. Skypiea's God's Guard. So next week I'm featuring that we'll see who's the current god on Skypiea. So basically, chapter starts out and you see Shirahoshi talking to the Sea Kings, and you know they're saying that, you know, you're the one we've been waiting for, you're our queen and all this, that, and how she's able to talk to him and all that, and he's saying, you know, they're saying that, you know, they're supposed to be protecting Noah and the ship and all that, and they're supposed to save it, and that's where the chains are attached to it and stuff like that. And so they're and then so you see a like they go to the what's his name, King Neptune, and her brother, the brother Hoshi, as Luffy calls him. They're saying that, you know, well, I can't believe she's really talking to the Sea Kings and all that. And Neptune's like, well, I guess her power is finally awake, and the power that's able to destroy, that has the potential to destroy the whole world. And so basically, next panel you see they're telling Shirahoshi that, you know, we're pulling the ship out the bubble. You might want to save the little Straw Hat Kid. Just saying, kid's bleeding to death. Save him. And all you see is Luffy on the ground like this, and you got this huge pile of blood behind like this. My whole chair would just be covered in blood because he's just continuously bleeding. Because it's not that the bite on his shoulder was, you know, that it was bad enough to where he was bleeding, but Luffy going gear second, and then it was gear second, then Color of the Armaments in gear third, and Jet, you know, Elephant Gun. It's crazy. So he was opening the wound, you know, more and more, to where he kept continuously was bleeding. So there wasn't much, you know, you could do about that. But so she goes and grabs Luffy, and then the Sea Kings are talking. They're like, you know, man, I remember. No, the first thing they say is that they're like, wow, I think that kid could hear us, and like, the Straw Hat Kid, he couldn't hear us. We're tripping if we think he could hear us. No, wait a minute, y'all. Don't y'all remember back? Oh, I'm so totally just made him sound like a stereotype of a black people man. That's bad. Then like, don't you remember back when there was a man that could hear us, and of course, it's comparing Luffy to Gold Roger, and Roger was, you know, talking to Wrigley, and he was like, Wrigley, did you hear that? And he's like, Roger, are you crazy? There's nobody saying anything, nothing's happening. And Roger could basically hear them talk on the sea floor, and he's like, you know, who are you and all that. So you see they bring the ship back to its original spot. And I guess that's in the Fishman district of the Fishman district where what is it? Yeah, the Fishman district. That's all it is, I think. And so then you get to see, you know, what's happening with Caribou. Yeah, not Caribou. Wait, is it Caribou? I think it's Caribou. Yeah, help him around that. I could just got that show and jump find out, couldn't I? Because I keep on forgetting his name, and I feel so stupid for it, but I swear it's Caribou. As I think it is. Because if it's not, I'm going to be kind of mad. This sucks, I cannot find out. Yeah, this sucks so bad. I cannot figure out if this is Caribou or not. Yeah, I think it's Caribou. I think the name is Caribou. I'm gonna just go on past it. Like I said, guys, I'll start to get better at these the more I do them. So you basically see that, well, the mermaids that, like, almost half a year ago, that's how long it's been with the chapters, that he like absorbed and picked up, with his with his devil fruit. He went to the palace and he stole a bunch of treasure and stuff and treasure chests and just left the girls there. After most likely raping them, because it's Caribou. That's so creepy. Anyway, so basically, you see Jinimbi, and he's telling all those pirates and all those fishermen that fought against them, we're going to fight this. King Neptune's going to decide your fate. If you try to leave, I'll kill you. I'm serious. So, and you see that Sumeru is, I guess he's like okay now. He's rubbing his head like, ow, that hurt. And Chopper, you see that Chopper is really worn out after using his monster point. He can't use you can't use the monster. If you use the monster point, it's usually out for the next 2 to 3 hours, and then he can't really move, but he still can perform medical, attention to people. And then you see Shirahoshi's, brothers. They're bringing Vanderdecken and Hody, and they tie him up, and then basically they're like, okay, we got him all tied up now. We're good. And then everyone's saying, whoa, Hody, he looks like a monster. And like truthfully, he does. But like my Bleach comment, I swear. Look at the picture of Hody Jones when you first see him after he's overdosed majorly in the pills and real buff. That first appearance, and they compare it to Genjo or whatever. Ganjo, I forget. And you see what I was saying. But then you see like Sanji's also over having a nosebleed every time he sees Nami or Robin, because he's wanting to lay on Robin's lap, saying like, "Oh, I'm injured too from fighting too much," because she's holding Chopper and not him. So anyway, you see Shiro. She comes and she has Luffy in her hands. She's like she can't stop him from bleeding, and she puts Luffy down. And all you see is just blood all down his arm here and just chest. And so Chopper is needing help from Robin to get his to get stuff out of his backpack and to move around. And also Frankie turned his hair into an afro for this chapter too. You actually see him, he's pressing his nose and turns into an afro. And so Luffy's lost. Chopper stops the bleeding, but Luffy's lost a ton of blood. Just a ton of blood. And he's F-type. And there's fishermen that have the F-type and mermaids, but there's the law, and they can't do it. But then Jinimbi steps forward. Well, no, before Jinimbi steps forward too, Shiro's like, I want to help. But then Jinimbi steps forward, and he's like, you know what? I'll give him my blood. I'm an F-type. Use as much as you need. And so they're like, but the law. I'm a pirate. Take the mask off. Duh. Well, this is a hat, but still, good point. So Jinimbi, is gonna donate some blood to Luffy, and there's like these little different boxes, and they're talking about how people's minds change, and Neptune's like, it's a stupid rule. I mean, times have changed and all that. And then you see all these flashbacks with Arlong, all the people that have been affected by this hatred and have died because of it. And then you see Luffy and Jinimbi lying down. Chopper's, transferring the blood over to Luffy. And then Luffy wakes up, and he's all like Jinimbi, and, Shirahoshi's happy, all the crew's happy, and Jinimbi's like, oh, well, you've woken up. And then the whole island's real happy about everything, just everyone's really happy that Luffy's okay. Everything, and Luffy, is like, hey Jinimbi, gets a big smile on his face. Will you be my Namaka? And basically, for any of you that don't know what that means, Namaka is Japanese. I believe it's Japanese for friend. and he's asking him to join the crew. Now, there's a couple things. One, everyone's worried that he's going to join the crew. Like, we don't need, like, if Janembi joins the crew, it won't be Zoro, Sanji, and Luffy anymore as the big three. We've just seen the first arc of the New World, okay? Let's get that straight. The first arc of the New World. And we've seen how much more powerful they have gotten. That's not even all of it. They trained for 2 years. There's a lot more up their sleeves. As for Luffy, and everyone was thinking, oh, maybe Luffy has more gears now. Maybe he has a Gear 4, Gear 5, or something like that. I think if he did, he would have used it when trying to destroy the ship. Or maybe Gear 4 and Gear 5 is just so, like, beyond that it would have injured him more than this did. I mean, because that wouldn't have injured him, of course, if he probably had been bit on the neck. But, and if we remember correctly, Luffy asked Jinbe to join his crew at the end of the original One Piece, or the end, before the time skip. That's how I'm putting them. One Piece. I'm just considering One Piece and then One Piece New World two different things, but they're not really different things, even when it comes to anime. So pre-time skip, he asked him to join his crew, and Jinbe said no. Well, can he say no again? Maybe, maybe not. Personally, I don't think he's gonna say no. He's fought with them. He was on a manga cover with them. Or maybe he'll pull a Vivi and he'll be like, yeah, I want to join your crew. No, he's going to be like, no, I don't know if I want to join your crew or not. Well, as they leave, Jinbe's going to be there and he's going to be like, you guys are great friends, but Fishman Island's just getting to how it should be. They're going to need me here to show how much, it's just, to keep everything in line. They're going to need me here, so he won't join. Or it's going to be like, you and me teaming up, Luffy, I'd be happy to, your Ace's brother, and I promised him I would protect you, so sure, I'll join your crew, I'll be your Namaka. Or another reason for that would be you and me, a human and a fishman, on a crew together, going into the New World for the whole Marines and Navy and everything to see. I think that's pretty good. Yeah, I'll join. So, but we don't know till next week. And then, see, you pretty much know he's gonna say yes because it says the bonds between fishman and human begin. So I'm almost positive that he's gonna say yes. As much as it pains some of you, I'm sorry. My only reason for not liking it would be that we're just into the first arc of the New World. Do we have to have somebody new already on the crew? Kind of just want to be them. And the other thing is that they're having, what, one more crew member after this? Because Luffy doesn't count himself as a crew member. He's got to get one more crew member, at least. So, I mean, it's going to be somebody in the New World. Because, truthfully, what other crew member would they need? They have a swordsman. They have a musician that's also a swordsman. They have an archaeologist. They have a doctor. They have a navigator. They have a cook. They have a shipwright. They have a captain. So what else do they need? I mean, what is Jinbe? Not Jinbe. I mean, what is he? What role does he play for the Straw Hats? Is he the... I mean, what role does he really play? I just can't see Jinbe fitting in with the rest of the Straw Hats and being, funny and all that. I mean, I just can't see him fitting in with that whole thing, he doesn't fit. I mean, even before we even knew Robin was going to join, she fit at least. Frankie, he fit. Brooke, he fit. Jinbe, he doesn't really fit, so I don't know. But I trust Oda, so whatever choice he makes, I'm going to trust him. So thank you guys for watching this video, and until next time, do you want to be my friend? We are on the cruise. One Piece.